The Dallas Cowboys versus the Carolina Panthers game will be a must-see type of TV type of moment. Why, Law? Well, when you look at the complete picture, you got one team that's undefeated, right? Regardless of who they played. And then you got another team that's hot off a two-game winning spree. And of course, the Dallas Cowboys got something to prove. Can they keep that level of incitement? Can they keep that level of intensity? Can they keep that level of consistency as it relates to this team being number one, as it relates to media attention, players to watch, and these sorts of things? So that goes a long way with me. It do. Now, validation is only good for parking. Everybody knows that. But however, when you pay attention to the Carolina Panthers and their movement during this offseason to get to Sam Darnold, he need to be validated, right? They need to see, okay, this guy was a former first-round draft pick. Can we get what we need out of him to stand upright? But I come here to tell you guys that when you playing against a team that's red hot in their stadium, the Dallas Cowboys, they're not finna fold up. Shout out to you, Jay Worthy. Appreciate you for jumping in. So I look at all of those things. I absolutely do. Appreciate you. Hope you guys got your coffee. I see you, G. What's good with you, man? Y'all fill on in and on your way in, hit that like button, man. That's all I'm asking. Hit that like button, share this content. Shout out to you. Yeah, Kizzy, appreciate you. Panthers defense, I don't see good. This is from Prince, man. Appreciate you. Shout out to you, McNair. Shout out to you, Chump. Is it Champ? Appreciate you, man. All right, so here's the thing where you guys are coming into the room here. The Dallas Cowboys matchup that we all got to pay attention to. And we're going to go down one by one. And I got it all on my mind. First and foremost, Cam Irvin, Cam, and Tyler Morton. They're going to have their hands full. Why? Because you see the guy that's on the thumbnail. His name is Micah Parsons. A force to be reckoned with, Ethan. He's a force to be reckoned with, Ethan. Let me say this again. He's a force to be reckoned with. Parsons, it's not necessarily that you look at his tape and you say, okay, he got extreme bend. It's not necessary that you look at his tape and you say, oh, he got coverage ability. It's not necessary that you look at his tape and you can say, hey, man, he got 4.3 speed. No, when you combine his tape, he got one thing that I love more than anything, and that's tenacity. Oh, my goodness. And on top of that, with the fortitude and the will of his mind, y'all saw during the preseason and offseason, the kid don't want to get off the field. So, hey, it's going to be a long battle. Long battle for Cam Irvin and Tyler Morton. Those guys on the edge. Because that's just the reality of it, Cowboy Nation. You got a guy that's hungry, who don't want to get off the field, who plays a million miles to nothing. Woodson and Aikman giving us a bunch of credit. Appreciate you. Appreciate you for letting me know that. But what the Cowboys, and this is what I don't like. And we're going to break down all of that. Yeah, Cam Irvin is one of their starting tackles out there. So it's going to be trouble for them. I digress. Here's what I don't like. The national media, all of a sudden, they want to be all in the wheelhouse with us. They all want to be on our side, saying, oh, the Cowboys going to do this, Cowboys going to do that. No. Continue to hate. Continue to hate. Now, the bandwagon fans, there's plenty of room. We understand, the real ones. We root for this team, win, lose, or draw. But if you want to be a fickle fan, there's plenty of room now. We don't turn away no fans. We just know we just recognize the real ones. That's all we do over here. We recognize the real ones. But some of the media attention and all of this stuff, I know a lot of Cowboy fans are not used to it, right? But I don't like it. I don't like it. It is what it is. But it is what it is. Hey, one game at a time. I agree with the one game at a time philosophy. But dog it, we as fans, we don't have to have this docile mentality. We don't have to fold up and be sheeps, or we don't have to be the person that's watching things to happen. I want this fan base to keep the chip on their shoulders. I want this fan base to continue to remind the media that we're not going anywhere. We're not folding up like Wallace or lawn chairs, and we're going to still root for this team, win, lose, or draw. We don't want to be the fan that only talks when we started to win on these sorts of things. I want everybody, because y'all been here long enough to know that I keep the same energy. And I want you guys to echo the same sentiments. I don't want no fair weather fans over here. I don't like the fan that say, hey, you should wait until after the game to do all of your talking. You should wait till after the season to do all of your talking. Excuse me. That's taking the fun out of fan. At the end of the day, we don't have no control of the outcome of the game outside of positive energy and positive forces that we put out to the universe. So I don't want the fickle fan to sit there and say, it's only been 3 games long. No, 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 no. I want my riders. I want my diehards. You know what I'm saying? This is not the channel for the fickle. This is not the channel for the slight-hearted fans. No, 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 no. Y'all can go to somebody else's channel for that one. This is for the diehard fans. This is for somebody that wake up when they fixing their cup of coffee after they ask the good Lord, thank him for waking them up in the morning, that the Cowboys are the first thing on your mind. You getting a cup of coffee, you're thinking of the Cowboys. You turn on the TV, you're thinking of the Cowboys. Hey, you wake up and you say, hey, let me turn to what Law is saying. Oh, let me turn to what Botch Lombardi is saying. Oh, let me turn to what Mark Holmes is saying. Let me turn to what Boss Cowboys is saying. Let me turn to Big Game James. Let this cycle of Cowboys news and information, yeah, we can get it from the, look, hear me out. We can get it from thecowboys.com, but I want it a little raw. I like it a little rugged. Let me go get it from Law. Oh, I wanted to be clean a little bit. Let me get it from 105. Oh, let me turn on Mike Fisher. These are the fans that we're looking for. No, 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 we ain't looking for the casual fans, by the way. You know, y'all get what I'm saying. You know, that's just what I'm saying. I don't want the fickle fan. I want the person that is willing to fight for this. You know. Good morning, Jessica. Appreciate you for jumping in. Oh man, we finna hit 100 folks watching, man. I really appreciate you guys. I know it's an impromptu type of show, but let me get down to the matchups. Cam, you better be praying to God because this dude, Randy Gregory, Parsons, they're gonna come after you. It's just how it is. It's just I wish I can make it all sugar coated and these sorts of things, but we coming. We're coming with full power. Oh, by the way, I can't wait to see DJ Moore versus Trayvon Diggs. That's gonna be a real thing right there. Hey, DJ Moore, he's one of the guys that I look at and say, hey, I like his mindset, aggressive type of wide receiver. Hey, got a chip on his shoulder, by the way. But I look at it like this. Trayvon Diggs, he's playing relaxed, comfortable. He's on pace, by the way, to get 17 interceptions. Let's see if he can keep the streak going, by the way. And I can't wait to see that. Oh, the other matchup on the opposite side of the coin, of course. That's just how it is. Jeremy Chin, that's my dog. Shout out to him. Y'all know, y'all watched my draft tapes, my draft series. He was one of the guys that I had high on the boards, what have you, for the Cowboys to go out there and grab. He's 6'2.5", 220 pounds. He is the quote unquote, for them, the tight end eraser. So this will be a great matchup with Dalton Schultz. Now, if you guys go back and watch my video on my film assessment on Dalton Schultz, being an inline tackle as it relates to the tight end, because you are the extension of the offensive line when you play inline. You the tackle, you the extension of that. But you have the ability to clove a lot of things, of stand back to block or to peel out to run certain routes. That can be your intermediate routes, or that can be your stretch routes, verts, what have you. That ability alone what Dalton Schultz possessed goes a long way. Because now, is he staying back to protect Dak Prescott, or is he going to be pulled to create alleyways and lanes for, dare I say, Ezekiel Elijah Elliott? Or will he be a situation where it's Tony Pollard is out there for those boys? So the actual safety, it's a cat and mouse game. It's a numbers game. Do you keep the safety in to keep help inside, or do you remove the safety out to help, hear me out, to help the wide receivers get a nickel in there? You could try to use big nickel and these sorts of things, but when you do that, you better make sure you're making the proper moves and the proper adjustment. That's all I'm saying, Carolina Panthers. You can look at your defense and say, yeah, we number one, but dog it, let me play the Jets and the Texans. And the Jameis Winston, when their head coach and everybody else who was under the protocol situation. Don't you think that the Dallas Cowboys will be more prepared than those teams? Especially the Jets. Come on now. Oh, can you guys imagine? Just hear me out. What the Cowboys would look like if we had a chance and an opportunity to play against true rookies as it relates to quarterbacks. Can you guys imagine where we would be ranked at as it relates to sack totals? Come on now. I'm just saying, I'm not sitting here bragging, being braggadocious, but shout out to the Carolina Panthers, but go back and watch the game. I know a lot of people, they go back and they watch the highlights, they watch the little clippets and these sorts of things. But you go back and watch that Texans game. Go back and watch that Texans game, the Carolina Panthers versus the Texans. Go back. Donald was playing basketball with the football. And I want you guys to let me know, would you rather have the Texans edge rushers, the Texans defense, or would you rather have the Dallas Cowboys defense? Y'all let me know. It's finna get crazy. Oh, what round was Davis Mills drafted, Cowboy Nation? Let me know, how do you guys feel of Davis Mills from the Texans? Y'all let me know how you guys did y'all scout and evaluation for the nation on him. When it's time for him to go through his reads, time for him to go through his throws. I'm gonna wait for somebody to comment. Shout out to you, Bones Crusher, 1970. Appreciate you. Yeah, appreciate you, bro. Dallas Cowboys. Shout out to you, Jessica, Lady Jessica. Appreciate you. These guys are so fast. Appreciate you. Shout out to you, Mystic Mike Gamer. Appreciate y'all for jumping in, by the way. So the whole point of it, of what I'm saying, when I looked at the film and I saw Davis Mills right before the half, carving through the Panthers defense, finding the open receiver, I sit there and said, man, Dak Prescott gonna have a field day. God Lord, Dak Prescott is gonna have a situation where it's about to be trouble. It's about to be trouble, baby. Appreciate you, Perez. Appreciate you for jumping in. Now, y'all know that I got to be objective when I say this. I got to be objective when I say this. And I'm always trying to give you guys some objective points. A lot of people talk about Hassan Reddick. A lot of people talked about Jeremy Chin. A lot of people talked about DJ Moore, Sam Darnold, C-Mac if he was available, but he's not. But my biggest reservation would be on that front five, the interior. For any Panther fan that's watching at this point, they got a big boy that's in the interior. And I like to say, I'm pushing big bodies, can't stop me. For the 9-8, I gotta sell 1,000,000 copies, huh? And there's this guy named Derek Brown. Who's familiar with Derek Brown? I'm gonna see if anybody know of a Derek Brown. Shout out to you, Natasha. Appreciate you. One of the mods. Appreciate you. Yeah. Yeah, they got a boy that can gobble up the interior. And we got to be mindful of that. Let me repeat. Shout out to you, Jessica. 162, 40 likes. Y'all get the likes up. Yeah, yeah, he's a big boy from Auburn. Yeah, Perez, appreciate you. Yeah. Hey, Perez, can you put down his measurables for me? Or anybody that's in the chat, can you put down Big Derek Brown? I'm going to put you down, Brown. Measurables in the chat for me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Can somebody put that down? Help a brother out. HBO me. Eagles fans are alive. Oh my gosh. Shout out to you, 601. Yeah, appreciate you, MVP. Good morning to you, Mike Thompson. Appreciate you, fam. MT. Yeah, appreciate you, Jessica. See, Jessica, she pushing this thing, man. All right, King Ken, GT, 6'5", 325 pounds. Pushing big body, can't stop it. For the 9.8, I gotta sell 1 million copies. That's the one. That's the one. He's the one. He's the real one. He's the catalyst. That's that big boy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He gets off the release so quick. Oh my goodness, man, when you look at his film, put his hands inside the dirt. The ground, when he walks, the ground's at, ooh. That ground get the squeezing on him. And he is the guy, that is the direct impact to 2 of our reservations. Tyler Biotish, who needs probably a ham sandwich a little bit more and do some more swats, what have you, and just get his mind out of the clouds. And Connor Williams. Connor Williams, I know, I get it. I understand Connor Williams. He improved last year, but dog it. There are certain situations and times that Connor Williams gets on my everlasting. And I'm just speaking objectively. I'm not finna be this guy to say Connor Williams gonna fold up people like lawn chairs and sit down on them, right? Now, Connor Williams and Tyler Biotis, I'm not worried about Zach Martin. Let me say this again. I'm not worried about Zach Martin. You can put Zach Martin against anybody in the NFL, and I'm quite sure Zach Martin is going to win. I'm not worried about Zach Martin. I'm not even worried about Terrence, who used to be aluminum, but now he's pure steel. I'm not worried about Terrence. I'm not worried about number 77, our guy who don't have back issues, by the way. Let me knock on some wood, but knock on some stuff. But these 2 guys, Tyler Biotish, and Connor Williams. Put some bricks in your pockets tonight, baby. Make sure you eat your extra oodles and noodles. And on top of that, if you got creatine, anything else that you need to take the night before, make sure you're eating it. Make sure that you sleep and you're ready, because Derek Brown, he moves furniture, baby. Yeah. When you're moving, you got to go get 2 guys in the truck. He's all 3 of them. He's the 2 guys, and he is the truck. So the Cowboys got to be cognitive and mindful of Derek Brown. That's what they got to do, because that interior battle, the game is won and lost in the trenches. But I feel that we are going to mask that. It's going to be a big game for my guy Ezekiel Elliott to stand firm inside. I mean, this should be a game that they elevate. They did it last week. They elevated Nick Ralston. Let him get some of that. Let him get some of those big blows that's coming from the interior, whether it be A or B gap, or if it just be a guy that's blown up. Let him get some of that heat. Yeah. Appreciate you, Sugar Daddy Juan Williams. Appreciate you. Yeah, laughing my butt off. Shout out to you, Perez, man. He got to get that creatine or whatever. So he got to be on his Bowflex machine. you gotta figure it out. Especially, I don't want Derek to touch Rain Dakota Prescott. I don't even want him to look at him too long. I don't want him to even breathe on him. I don't want him to get a chance because Dak Prescott going to be sweating. I don't want him to feel the sweat on Dak Prescott. So that's the matchup that I'm really, 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 really waiting to see. Can Tyler Biotis improve his interior pass rush protection? Run pro. Tyler Biotis pretty good, believe it or not. It's his pass pro that kind of get him like, hey, what was that? And Connor Williams, first quarter Connor Williams is fantastic to me. Second quarter Connor Williams is great, excellent, superb, wonderful. I could not believe it, Connor Williams. But it's that late third and that fourth quarter when everything is on your back and it seems as if though you're tired, you play a little sloppier, you're not getting down in your stance, you little relax a little bit. And I used this analogy before. Connor Williams is like when you're playing spades and you ask your partner, how many books can you get? And he looking down at his hand and he said, man, I got a bad hand. I don't even know what I can do at this point. I don't even know what I can get out of this. But I got you two and a possible. How you gonna get the two of the possible? I got you two of the possible. Where's it gonna come from? The interior. I know I can get you 2 books, man. I know I can get you 2 books. And that's what defensive guys, when they do their study work and their tape, and when they looking at number 52, when they look at Connor Williams, I can get you 2 and a possible. Meaning that I can get you at least 1 sack and 2 pressures that can change the game from the interior. So they're gonna have to really be mindful of that big boy inside. But outside of that, the way the Cowboys win this game, yeah, Jay Buck, we appreciate you. Holding is a mental. Holding is a situation when you got your butt whooped and you hold on to the opposition. I'll keep holding on. I'll keep holding on. You hold on so that you won't get your quarterback killed because you did a poor technique or because you were mentally beat. So you don't want to get your quarterback killed. And sometimes it's best for you to hold. But the only hold that gets me really peed off, I'm trying not to cuss, is on running plays. When Ezekiel Elliott already established that he got 4 yards or 5 yards, and you just you get beat, so you reach and you hold. That just grinds me right there. I can take the holding calls when it's on passing. I can take that. Kind of like last week, like the Eagles fans, if they really like their quarterback, they should be proud of their offensive linemen for holding on to everlasting. They should be proud of it, because if not, they'll be starting one of their backup quarterbacks this week, because he'd have been dead, homie. Shout out to you, Tyler, with the first donation to help elevate the nation. Appreciate you. Law, I'm late. My bad. Someone already asked this, but you think the Panthers defense is that serious? I look at defense. Shout out to you, Tyler, for being the first person to make the donation to help elevate this thing. Appreciate everybody just watching. The donation goes a long way. Speaking of that, I got an extra surprise for everybody today. We're going to be having a wonderful event. I can't wait to see those who are in the Dallas area to be there. Defenses travel. Defenses are always a major concern. Defenses are the momentum. You guys remember back in the days when you used to play the college football game or what have you on one of those, I think, PlayStations or Xbox, and they used to have this momentum meter. That is what defense do. It brings that momentum. A big hit, a turnover at the right time. I mean, making the quarterback uncomfortable, or early interception. I mean, it gives life to your offense, believe it or not. That's why I was so crunk and so happy about us leading the league in turnovers, because you're giving the ball back to your offense that is explosive. Now, not to sleep on the Panthers, they are 14th ranked in offense, by the way. So an early turnover takeaway can make the field shorter for their quarterback, who's still young. He's 23, 24 years of age. So defenses, high turnover defenses are necessary. High interception defenses are great, and high fumbles and sacks and things like that helps out the offense on the opposing side. So yeah, defense can be serious, but I come here to tell you guys, when you talk about the number one offense, there's nobody moving the chain like the Cowboys right now. And the Cowboys offense will counter adjust to the Panthers defense. So collectively, overall, the number one offense and the top 10 or top 11 defense, respectfully, out of the Cowboys, it's just going to be too much for the Panthers to keep up, especially we're at home, we are comfortable, we got high confidence. It's just going to be too much. So I look at it, realistically speaking, Cowboys starting off fast. Panthers may keep up a little bit first quarter, maybe into the second quarter, and then we pull off in the third and fourth quarter, based upon and predicated upon this offense having the ability to continue to push the ball down the field. And they got some new parts on their end on the secondary, so it's about to get scary. That's my thoughts. That's my assessment. That's what we doing. So it is what it is. Um, Here's what we got. I want you guys, if you're in the Dallas area, at Toyota Music Factory, that's in Irving, Texas. If you're in the Dallas area between 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock, 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock, basically. We'll stretch it out. We'll be there for a minute. I want to see y'all beautiful faces. We have a meet and greet session. Meet and greet session. We have Michael Gallup. You know, he's going to be ready, you know, sometime at some point of this season. He'll be in the building. Shout out to Michael Gallup, as well as Cedric Wilson. He wears number 1 on his chest, the wide receiver Cedric Wilson. He will be there between 1 and 4. Well, they're coming around 2 o'clock-ish, but I want you guys to be there a little early because we got some legends that's going to be there. Kenny DeGrant, we got some more guys, Lincoln Coleman. We're going to have a meet and greet session out there at Toyota Music Factory in Irving, Texas. On top of that, we got a special guest. He was drafted early, in the early of the rounds with the Dallas Cowboys. I'm not going to say his name, not going to sprinkle it out, you know what I'm saying? I just want you guys to not just meet me there, beat me there in Toyota Music Factory. We'll be doing autographs. We'll be doing poster signings. We'll be giving away helmets, T-shirts, and all of that good stuff. So now you guys can hear the people talking to the Cowboys players. Yeah, it's going to be fantastic, Cowboy Nation. So, 2 smooth operators, yes. So, I might go live when I'm there. I might just do some pre-recorded content. Y'all know how that goes. But this is the growth of the nation. Shout out to Cowboys Experience. Go to cowboysexperience.com to get more and more details of what's going to happen today in a few hours. You know, I can't wait to see y'all out there. It's going to be nice, baby. Oh, it's going to be nice. Yeah, got to crawl before you walk. Yeah, appreciate your sugar daddy. Yeah. You got to let them know you got to crawl before you walk. Yeah. Not necessary for my daughter. You know, she started walking for it. I like, girl, where you going to start crawling? That little girl was get to walking, running around. I said, girl, she didn't want to crawl. She got to scooting and everything. But you guys get what I'm saying. That's a good philosophy, though. You got to crawl before you walk. Run before you drive. Drive before you fly, right? All of those things. Yeah. And Cowboy Nation. Oh my goodness. I believe we are flying right now. We are flying. And it's only been 3 games. Goes back to what all we've been hearing. Let me read this. Jay Buck. Shout out to you, Jay Buck. Jalen wanted to be there. Jalen wanted to be there today, but I already missed the bus. Oh, man, that's a good one. leave Jalen Smith alone. Shout out to Jalen Smith, man. He's a good troop, man, good soldier. He does a lot for the fans, and he get hit left and right. From, you know, some of the things that he do or what have you. But I believe that Jalen Smith, he had a good game last game. He had some messed up moments, and I'm not sitting here trying to crucify the brother. You know, he had some messed up moments, but I believe that Jalen is on the right path. I just look at it like, okay, from a leadership mindset and from a positive thinking overall. I mean, you can't dislike the guy. You know, if you have a daughter out there, you'd be like, hey, I would love for this guy to marry my daughter. Just Jalen, just a well groomed guy, and got a business mind and these sorts of things. So I'm not gonna talk ill will of Jalen Smith. Mm-mm. No, not gonna happen. But dog it, I would love to see Jabril Cox out there. Oh, I would love to see Jabril Cox, man. Get it, that brother, some playing time. I feel that Jabril Cox, when we do get a chance to see him, we're gonna be like, Cowboys, what you doing, man? You could have been had this guy getting some valuable reps. But depths at this point, D, yeah, you're right. We need it. One of the things that we can't do collectively as Cowboy fans is the moment we get depths, we can't get rid of them, Now, unless you can finesse that thing and finagle some things around and get something in return, which we don't do a lot good in certain situations, we need to figure that out. We do. Yeah, he do. The champ, yeah, champ. Yeah, he do have an awkward run. I'm not going to sit here and say that the brother runs smooth, but as long as he get there. Bill Cartwright used to have an ugly shot, and people used to say ugly but deadly. As long as he can get to the edge, Jalen Smith on that Jalen Hurts play, and he was running looking like, I was like, it looked like it hurts when he run. It looked like they had the wrong name. Jalen Smith looked like his last name should be Jalen Hurts, because it looked like he was hurting trying to get to the edge, But as long as, coaches say, keep them arms moving and keep going, man. Just keep going. And I'm not ragging on Jalen Smith, but dog, I said, dog, y'all, let me know if I'm lying. Let me know if you guys saw that when he be running to the edge, I'm like, God dog, man. I said, man, dude, this don't look good for TV. I said, man, you need to change your name. Maybe he should be Jalen Hurts. Ooh. I said, ooh. Come on, man. I ain't talking about the brother, He made the play, he hustled. I keep hustling. Hey, believe it or not, I saw this, and I'm not making light of it, but I am. Yeah, excuse me, But there was a play that, damn, man, these Cowboy fans, that they got to make light of it, man. That was a play that Jalen Hurts, it was a pass in the seam in the middle of the field. Not Jalen Hurts, but Jalen Smith. and he was reaching for it. He was just reaching for the pass. But it's the ball was like so far away. Like he was just reaching for the ball. Like dude, you ain't got no stretch Armstrong. And somebody photoshopped the cape on the back of him. And I sit there and said, man, people are cruel. People are mean. People are dirty. The ball was like 20 feet away, and he got his arm. But that just goes to show you that brother is positive. That brother thinks that, hey, I can make it happen, one way or another. He got the positive mindset that even if I stretch out thy arm, if I can stretch out thy arm, and maybe the force and the wind from said thy arm can throw the ball trajectory away just a little bit, to cause the confusion, dare I say, amen? that the wide receiver or the tight end can get confused and drop the ball. Maybe, just maybe, I stretch out thy hand. I stretch out thy hand. Oh my goodness, that's faith. Boy, that's faith right there, boy. Hey man, somebody find that picture, man. I said, man, they just dogging the dude, man. After we come from a win, y'all talking about Jalen Smith like that? Come on, man, leave the brother alone. But shout out to Jalen Smith, man. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh. But watch, he's gonna make an impact play. And the only reason why I like ragging on Jalen Smith a little bit and Anthony Brown, because when I do it, they make plays. I ragged on Anthony Brown all last game. Then I turned around, I looked up, even though the ball was underthrown. It was a touchdown if Jalen Hurts would have just politely stopped his feet, step up, and throw the ball like any other natural quarterback would do. But he threw the ball underneath. And Anthony Brown, he was sitting there like, wow, this belongs to me. I would take it. Shout out to Anthony Brown. Shout out to Anthony Brown. Oh my goodness. Blake was good. If Boss Man go hard at CB, then he do rapping, we'd be in great shape in the secondary. Yeah, we would be great. You know, Kevin Joseph. Kevin Joseph. I feel that a lot of people, when they think of Kevin Joseph, the negative news travel faster than positive news, right? So when the first opening of training camp, when he wasn't there, and he had the CDs and all of this stuff coming out, a lot of people, and I'm gonna tell people, it's hard to get out of that box. When somebody paints you into a box, it's hard to get out of it. I mean, when they put you in a corner and say, okay, this is what this person is, and predicated upon the previous players that played at that spot and position, a lot of people can't get that out of their mind. So it's a combination of Kevin Joseph not being there for week one of training camp, like mandatory, like voluntary rookie camp, and for the media not reporting what actually was going on. They were sitting there saying that, hey, this guy refuses to come because he wanted to do raps and stuff like that. And it took about 3 to 4 weeks later for them to find out that the kid, hear me out, don't crucify me, I'm just reporting the news. That's why I'm not breaking news or insider law. Then he comes to find out that the kid had COVID or what have you, and he was battling through that. And then people like, oh, but what was already said and the thought of a person then already came into the mind, right? So remember, Nashawn and everybody else, they saw them against, good Lord, Bendanucci and whoever else we had at the quarterback at the time, some guys we picked up from Walmart and UPS that was throwing the ball and they was making plays. So then at that point, people are already casting aspersions, sullied and denigrated Kevin Joseph. They sitting there saying, well, his heart not into it. He's not thinking about playing football. He want to rap, you know, one fish, two fish, blue fish, mess with me, you're toothless, you know, stuff like that. Shout out to Dr. Seuss, baby. Boy, let me do a Dr. Seuss rhyme book, baby. I'll get everybody shook up around here, man. But neither here nor there. People saw that end of Kelvin Joseph. And with the name Boss Man Fat, you know, and then his background and what he did at LSU and Kentucky, you know, all of that stuff. People painted him into the corner. And then and then to put the extra sugar or the spices, or no spices, put the cherry on the top, he picked up the worst number you can pick up with the Dallas Cowboys as it relates to DBs. He picked out number 24, you know, and when he picked out 24, all people could think of is, oh no, you know, he's gonna play like Cheeto or Woozier, you know, and then before Cheeto Woozier, oh no, he's gonna play like Mo Claiborne, you know. That 24 number just rehash some of the poison that people had in their minds, right? Like when you think of 24, you don't think of Everson Walls, right? And even when we had Larry Brown, you was sitting there saying to ourselves, come on, Larry, Larry, why you getting burnt? It's just that Larry had the same situation for those who could remember. Hey, Larry just got lucky in that Super Bowl because was it Mike or whatever that quarterback name? He threw the ball right to Larry, and that's what's because they wasn't throwing it to Deion Primetime Sanders' way. And Larry thought that Larry was good, and Larry got that money. Shout out to Larry Brown, still do work for the Cowboys, and they still stay here in Texas. But Larry got that money, went to another team and disappeared. You know, Neil O'Donnell. Yeah. It was Neil O'Donnell. I'm thinking Mike Tomczak, but it was Neil O'Donnell. Yeah, it was Neil O'Donnell that made Larry Brown popular. That was the last guy. That was the last guy to do something with the Cowboys wearing 24 on the defensive side of the coin. And we ain't talking about Marion the Barbarian because he's on the offense now. He was on offense at the time. Yeah, appreciate y'all. I had a phone call to come in. And every time I go live on my phone, I get somebody to call me. But it is what it is. Look, allow Kelvin Joseph to play in a national football game. Give him 3 games. Can I beg for 3 games, right? Give the man 3 games, and then you can make your assessment on Kelvin Joseph. But I feel, hear me out, the same thing that people are seeing with Ashanti Samuel Jr. and the plays that he's making, I feel that Kelvin Joseph would have been doing something equivalent or right at what Ashanti Samuel was doing. Just hear me out. Give the man 3 games. Let him come back. Let him be on his team for 3 games before you make your assessment. Give him 3. Give him 3. He at least deserved 3 games. Shout out to Jay Buck, man. Shout out to you from Vegas. Can we get a shame for Mike McCarthy's clock management? Praying no blunders this week. Let me do this with Mike McCarthy. And shout out to you, Banks. I think that Kelvin Joseph is going to be a beast in the NFL. Appreciate you. And shout out to you for the donation. Here's my truths on Mike McCarthy. I got a lot of people that hit me up and say some harsh things. Y'all try to put me down. Y'all beat me up. Law, how dare you? How dare you not give credit to Mike McCarthy? How dare you give credit to Kellen Moore, give credit to Daniel Quinn, and give credit to the players and these sorts of things? Why you don't give credit to Mike McCarthy? You still hate Mike McCarthy. You can never find a video that says that I hate Mike McCarthy. Your only video you will find of me with Mike McCarthy saying, I gave him a mulligan. You got to give him a mulligan. I gave him the situation whereas you give Jason Garrett 9 to 10 years, dog it, you got to give Mike McCarthy at least his first contract. That's my words. You can go find the videos and things like that. And on top of that, I said that this team got to win in spite of the coaches. That's not something to sully or denigrate my thoughts on Mike McCarthy and that aspect of it. But that is the truth. And my thoughts is not just the coaching. Go back and watch the video. I said not just the coaching. I said in spite of Jerry Wayne, in spite of the media. And I'm so glad. I was happy. I was grinning like a chess cat when I saw the video of Rain Dakota Prescott said, hey, when we do bad, everybody feels like it's the worst thing in the world. And when we do good, everybody pump up and say that this is the best thing in the world. And the media guy asked Dak Prescott, so what are you saying? This is the media fault? And Dak Prescott looked the media guy right in his eyes and said, yes. You know, he said, yes. That gave me all types of like, yes, Dak Prescott get it. Dak Prescott knows that he got to win in spite of the coaches. He got to win in spite of the media. He got to win in spite of the naysayers, the pundits, and everything else, the critics. There's never been a statue raised to a critic. I get it. But Dak Prescott understands it, and he got to sprinkle it down to everybody. Look, Mike McCarthy, the greatest asset to any leader, and y'all can just go one ear, go out the other. But the greatest ability of any leader is the ability, or the general is the ability, and you can go take management 101. That's what my undergraduate degree is in business administration, concentration on economics. The one thing that I took from business management is getting work done through others. That's how you know that you are a good leader, through your delegations. Even if you want to go to the streets, the person that's moving the weights, the person that's selling the bricks, or the person that's getting everything done, they never touched it. They do delegation for the nation. They never even seen it. They don't even be in the same room with it. So when the roof cave in, the FBI bust through the door, CIA trying to bust in, they ain't nowhere to be found, nowhere to be seen, but they orchestrated everything. And if Mike McCarthy is that real Iron Man Mike, and he's delegating, and if he got people doing the right things, if he got Kelly Moore pressure on him, and if Mike McCarthy got Dan Quinn doing his works, doing all of the dirty work, getting all of the credit, that's cool. Read 48 Laws of Power. As long as those boys, Kelly Moore and Dan Quinn, never outshines the master, then they okay. So shout out to Iron Mike, if he can be that kingpin. Go back and watch Kingpin. He don't never touch it. He got his minions to do all of his work. So if Mike McCarthy can be the next kingpin for the Dallas Cowboys, then so be it. But he got to have the hardware. He got to produce before I give him the credit for it. In the meantime, in the between time, it's Kelly Moore and it's Dan Quinn that we can physically see the impact and the touches that's happening. That's all I'm saying. I'm not going to talk too much. Don't want to outspeak my wisdom teeth. You know? Yo, appreciate you, Perez. Shout out to your shift, man. We not Houston. 10 players, coaches out. No, or the Jets. Appreciate you. Appreciate y'all for facilitating the smart stuff. Hey, this guy, that's tragic, says the Dallas fans finna get a reality check. What reality check are you trying to say? Now, the temperaments of your conversation there, you sound just like a Philadelphia Eagles fan. The week prior, the Cowboys finna run up to Jalen Hurts, and Jalen Hurts finna put a number on the Cowboys secondary. Oh, and the Cowboys, the exact same sentiments. The exact same sentiments. Think about this, Cowboy Nation. The parallels of the universe. Just last week, all of the Eagles fans, not some, but all of them, was saying that you can't run on the Eagles. Let me know where I'm lying. You know, he said, hey, look, a third of their fan base was also said that, hey, Jalen Hurts is going to put a hurting on the Cowboys secondary. Anthony Brown can't see where the ball is going to be at. Let me know if not 1 or 2 or 3 or 50 million, or if they have that many of the Eagles fans were echoing the same garbage. I mean, I'm just saying, you saying a reality check, but I'm just sitting here saying that you sounding just like an Eagles fan. But I don't see one Eagle fan in here now. So after Sunday, around 3, 4 o'clock Central Standard Time, when the end of the score is all said and done, we will see who's going to cash that reality check. But I come here to tell you that regardless, win, lose, or draw, you do not win the Super Bowl in October. You don't. There's no award that goes in September and October. So, what I'm saying is that when you go back and you go watch the Jets, and you go watch the Texans, and you go watch the Saints, what do they do better? Just as the Panthers fan, what do the Saints do better than the Dallas Cowboys? What do the Jets do better than the Dallas Cowboys? What do the Texans at this point do better than the Dallas Cowboys? And then you will sit there and you do your evaluations and you will sit there and say to yourself, damn, those teams don't do a bunch of things better than the Dallas Cowboys. On top of that, these boys are going to be at home. I've seen people say, well, the Saints had Alvin Kamara. Cool. They can get a cookie for that. But we got Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard. That's multiples. There's nobody out there right mind would say, okay, yeah, I'm just going to get Alvin Kamara over Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard. Come on. There's no game plan for that. You can game plan around Alvin Kamara, especially with Jameson. Oh, my goodness. And the Jets. If you want a cookie for beating the Jets, a rookie quarterback, come on, man. If you want a cookie for that, I mean, come on, here's your cookie. You know, just the mighty Jets. Come on, fam. And the Texans, come on, we know what kind of shambles. Hey, I got this one. If Tyrod Taylor was there, your guys lose that game. That's just me giving you a freebie on that one. If Tyrod Taylor was there, y'all lose that game. But you played against Davis Mills. He couldn't throw the ball at UCLA. He couldn't hit water if he fell off a boat there. So you think that this brother going to come into what at the time was his third game ever, thrust it into a situation against your Panthers defense, which I'm not sitting here saying that they're trash, that he was going to call them up. Come on, man. I got land on the moon for sale. Prime real estate. Discount. 60% off. You can go in the description box and send me your order via Cash App. Excuse me, no refunds. I got a one-way ticket for you to the moon. I go to the moon. I go to the moon. Y'all remember that song? But Panther fans, you see, that's a long hate that I got for y'all. You know, I'm not going to sit here and lie to kick it. It goes all the way back. It goes all the way back to 2003. You know, Darian Posey, what's good with your tragic needs to lean forward a little bit? You know, I ain't going to tell them to lean forward. We're just going to hit the shame. When we go live, doing the play-by-play, we're going to hit the shame button on a few times. And then when halftime hit, I'm going to tell him, lean forward just a little bit. But the Panthers, man, it goes all the way back, man. Y'all got my guy, Jake Holmes. Y'all know he was on the Cowboys practice squad, by the way, you know. and you guys beat us or what have you. Shout out to you guys beating us in that playoff game or what have you. But in going all the way to the Super Bowl and losing to the Patriots, golly, crazy situation. But I go all the way back to that time frame. Yep, 2000. It was 2003. I think it was my sophomore year in college. Yeah, sophomore year in college. Yeah, long time ago. But shout out to the Panthers. We faced them. It's going to be a great game. Oh, and another time we was embarrassed. See, I'm not afraid to just talk about the times that I was embarrassed by the Panthers, you know. When we played you guys in 2015, Tony Romo, #1 wide receiver was Luke Kuechly. I'm talking about good grief. He was the #1 wide receiver. I think Luke Kuechly had 2 tubs that game. Oh my goodness, I think Luke Kuechly had 2 tubs, and we just was a half assembled team. They say Avengers, you know. But man, oh man, it was crazy. It was a crazy situation and scenario that game. Yeah. But shout out to Carolina Panthers. Though appreciate them. We gonna be ready for you guys. Yeah. That's Travis. He said Robbie and DJ is gonna put up 100 yards. Last time we played against Mr. Anderson on your team, he was with the Jets too, and they had a great connection with him, as well as your quarterback, Sam, and him, and it was a great connection there. But we ready for it. Oh, we don't forget stuff over here. We ready for him. My main man, Law, Panthers do lead the league in quarterback pressures. How do you think the O-line will hold up? This is from Notes. Appreciate your notes. Let me sprinkle some truths. Let me sprinkle some truths on quarterback pressures. Jameson Winston, when he played for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, he damn near led the league in interceptions, fumbles, and getting the ball out of his hand. Jameson never been that guy to be the quick draw guy. He goes through his reads. He's uncertain with his reads. He holds on to the ball forever. I'm quite sure that that's still Jameson in my humble assessment. Okay? So now you got to put a big question mark against whatever the Panthers did with that one. Okay? Let's put that to the side. Zach Wilson, is that his name, to play for the Jets? I mean, how many years he been playing in the National Football League? And even when he was with that other team in college or what have you, he had issues with reading the defenses and trying to go through his reads and these sorts of things. And I'm not sitting here saying that Zach may not ever become a good quarterback. I'm not sitting here saying, shout out to you, Lisa. But don't you think that that number could be obscured just a little bit? Just a little bit. I'm not trying to circumvent this for Zach Wilson. But what I'm saying here is that that data is not something that you can bring forth to a committee and say, hey, can you validate this for me, by the way? Oh, excuse me, for you to also play against Davis Mills, who had issues reading the opposing team defenses when he was playing at UCLA. Come on, man. I can't make this stuff up. So all of a sudden, you got Jameson Winston, you got Davis Mills, and you got Zach Wilson. Don't you think that if they had to face against the Dallas Cowboys front, that the Dallas Cowboys, dare I say, instead of us going against Justin Herbert, instead of us going up against a Tom Brady, for crying out loud, and of course Jalen Hurts made us look really good, really, really good, wouldn't we be on top of leading pressures? Wouldn't we be on top of the NFL and getting quarterback sacks? Don't you think that if we didn't play Tom Brady, who, by the way, who've been playing in the National Football League for more and longer than any of these guys on this team so far, combined as it relates to age-wise. And Justin Herbert, all he does is get the ball out. And he is a pretty good quarterback, by the way. But don't you think that those numbers would be obscured a little bit? Let me know where I'm wrong at, Cowboy Nation. I'll wait. Let me read some of these super chats. Appreciate y'all, man, for making the donation here. Shout out to you again, Lisa, for the donation. And shout out to you, John Jones. Appreciate you for the donation there to help elevate the nation. I mean, let me know. But from a stat aspect, for the first 3 games, if they want a cookie for that, then let's give them the cookie. Let's say, since the Carolina Panthers, I got 2 more minutes before we roll, but since the Carolina Panthers is the #1 defense in the National Football League, our Dallas Cowboys should not be able to put up 7 points. Let's wager this thing out. So, with that being said, once the Cowboys get north of 7 to 14 points, we don't want to hear nobody saying, well, it's because of this and because of that. When the Cowboys score their average of 27 to 32 points, I don't want to hear I don't want to hear the excuses. And y'all know I'm a stand-up guy. If the Carolina Panthers hold the Cowboys down to 14 points, 2 tubs, I'll eat my crow. I'll have the crow sitting somewhere on a corner, and I'll have the crow there, and I'll eat it. I will put it on a plate, and I'll do a 4-hour episode almost on talking about how our Cowboys let us down, how our Cowboys wet the bed. I'll do that. I'll do that. But I'm quite sure if the roles were reversed, they won't do it on their end. So all of the content creators for the Carolina Panthers, bring your plate out at the end of the game. We want to see those crows being eaten. Right. Dorian, appreciate you. We've proven to ball out, complete with physicality, no drop off from 4 quarters. We challenge any team to do the same. Yeah. That's just how it goes, Cowboy Nation. Post me your thoughts. Appreciate you for the donation there. Thank those who donated this thing. Thank those who shared this content. Win, lose, or draw, we going to be doing this thing. We don't fold up like Wallet and lawn chairs. Shout out to the Panthers. I always say this. I want them at their healthiest of the healthiest. And, of course, lo and behold, we want to play them at our healthiest of our healthiest, right? No excuses. Lace them up. We know that it is any given Sunday. But I have the Cowboys going 31-17. That's my score prediction. I want you guys to post your score prediction down in the comment box below. Let's continue to grind and shine, Cowboy Nation. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Write this down. When the end comes for me, let it find me conquering a new mountain, not sliding down an old one. Write that down. Keep that in your mental. DC for life. That's from my guy, Rowans. Let's go. We out. Peace. Ooh, you said 38-7? Okay, let me read some of these out before I go. 38-7. Mystic says 34-17. Okay, 52-14. This is from David. Yeah, appreciate you. 34-24. I feel you on that one. 38-20. The boys. 37-17 from Nick. Okay, Paul. 27-24 Cowboy. That's a tight one. But we'll take all wins. Darian says 35-17. Yeah, 30-17. Let's go. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. 34-14. Don't put just the score. Put the name beside it now. I don't want people to be moonwalking back and say, no, you see what I'm saying? No, put down who you think is going to win. Don't put 34-23 and then don't leave it blank. No, put down who you saying going to win. No, yeah. Speak it until it existence, baby. Stretch out, Diane. Do the Jalen Smith. Stretch out, Diane. Yeah. Go Cowboys. Panther fans. Don't be trying to circumvent this thing. Don't say after this thing is all said and done, oh, this is what I put down. No, I put it down now. So we can go read these comments. Put it down now in the chopper. Grab the chopper. We got the Terminator over here. NFC East Cowboys. I feel you, bro. I see for you. Let's go. Ooh, I like the way young boy just put that down and now. Let's go. DC for life. Peace.